Yeah, that cranked a little bit slower than it's supposed to. Still 47% state of health. And showing good, but 12.4 is not necessarily good, right? Let's hook up this booster pack. So right now, this is charging off of this weak battery. It's actually going to come up to a full charge. We'll give it a minute. This should go solid green when it's done. The red light flashing means that it's in the charging state, and the blue light means that it's asking for a Bluetooth connection to the app, which I'm going to show you guys here in a second. Let's see, on the iPhone, Ancel Superstarter, I need to allow it to find Bluetooth and agree to the privacy policy, and I don't want it to send me notifications. Only while using the app. Add device. So it looks like it found my device. We're going to be testing a regular lead acid battery. Add. It's synchronized. That went solid blue. We'll upgrade that later. So it's telling me that my car battery, my other meter said 47%. This one's saying 38. I believe that. Voltage of my current battery, 12.2. And then the voltage of the booster pack right now is at 3 volts. So we're going to let this thing charge. I think it takes about 20 minutes. And it's pulling off of this battery to charge it. It only takes 5 volts to actually charge this thing, but it'll bring this all the way up to, I think, 14 volts. So we'll come back as soon as we have something. I'll time it. 11:07. Y'all, we are almost there. Whoop. Take that back. I was trying to show you that we were almost there. So it's 11:20. We started at 11:07, right? Light went solid green. The car battery is sitting at 12:09. State of charge, 34%. The temperature is 9 degrees Celsius right now. The state of charge of my super starter, which is this top area, is 100%, and it's sitting at just under 15 volts. So here's my super starter. Here's my battery capacity. I don't know if it stayed on there long enough for y'all to see it, but luckily we have a graph. So right now the supercapacitor is charging again. It worked its way down and now it's back up to 95%. My current car battery is still at 34%. So, and then here's my graph. Here's my car battery. I started just below 12 volts. The start of it went all the way down to 9 volts. But if you look at the orange graph, it started at 0 and said, hey, as soon as it started sensing that discharge, it spiked up, gave me 15 volts, and then came back down. And within just under a second, looks like it was fully discharged, but it allowed that starter enough juice to work its way up, which that is still the bottom. And then up here where it picked up the top line, that's when the alternator picked up. So that was my cranking. You saw one go down, the other one came up. My discharge current of the booster pack was 524 amps. The discharge ratio, the delta, 82%. That's the variance between these two. And then my cranking voltage was 11.59 when you saw that my blue battery, you know, the blue line was all the way down at 9 volts. So you can see what it did. And then it cranked for 630 milliseconds, which I'm not positive on that. That's below a second. This thing cranked a little bit longer than a second, right? So I'm not crazy about how this graph does, but what you can see is the delta, exactly what it did. As the orange is discharging, the blue is increasing. And then the alternator didn't pick up all the way up until here. So it gave it enough juice to be able to start this thing. And this is already back to full charge while we were talking. I do want to show you guys the intelligent circuitry involved here, just so you don't think there's any kind of smoke and mirrors going on. The booster's not sensing a need to start. It's basically holding its power inside the pack. So let's just check this battery real fast. In vehicle battery test, Vehicle's not running. Regular flooded, CCA 600. So it's saying 84% voltage of the battery is 12.14 volts. The current cold cranking capacity right now is 551. And I can tell you it drops pretty quick. Let me turn the headlights on. I'll show you what it does. So if you notice, this is not boosting right now because it's not asking for a start. So that's the intelligent circuitry. So just the headlights alone, I dropped to 11.34 volts. State of health is 49%. And the internal resistance of the battery, 6.13 milliohms. We'll leave that light on. I'll show you what this does. We'll pull this back up. And let's start it again. Yeah, wow, that cranked fast, right? It's already charging again. It's almost back up to a full charge. You see the voltage of that booster pack coming back up. The voltage of my car battery is still 11.79. I'm still at 33% state of health or state of charge. And then you can see that, again, the orange line come across, blue line come across. You can see where the vehicle just starts to start because the blue line takes a significant dip. That's when the orange line picks back up. Thing's already charged again. And then you can see it discharge. Obviously, if you crank the car, it doesn't start. Just wait maybe a couple minutes because I'm charging it off of a 12 volt battery right now. So it's going to charge a little faster, but you can charge this off of a 5 volt source. And you can see that I went from 3 volts to 15 volts off of a 12 volt battery. Let's cover some pros and cons real quick. This car, when it was 5 degrees outside, cranked really, really, really slow. I didn't have that booster pack on here. If I was negative 40 degrees, that booster pack would have given me the exact same results. There's no risk of a lithium fire because there's no lithium batteries inside it. It's supposed to last hundreds of thousands of starts. It's got a really long lifespan on it. It has an instant recharge. I mean, you saw it. It was literally a couple minutes and I was back to recharged again. It doesn't hold energy long. In other words, if you were cranking for 10 seconds at a time, it's probably not going to work as well for you because it's ready for a vehicle that's healthy. It's going to restart normally with a dead battery. And it's not a battery replacement. That's important. And the price, it's about half of what an AGM battery would cost. The thing is, I can use that tool for multiple vehicles, move it around, and if I leave it hooked up, it'll always be in a charged position. And it doesn't take much current to charge those capacitors. So if you're worried about that taking all the life out of this battery, that's not going to happen. It charges extremely low current. And I just thought of a way that we can test that current. Go ahead and start this vehicle one more time so that it discharges. And then we're going to pull these leads and put an ammeter between there and see what it actually pulls when it's charging. All right, let's go back to, it says that this pack is at 69%. Hook this back up. Yeah, 2.5 amps while it's charging. It's charging, pulling 2.5 amps, and I'll pull 2.5 amps on a 600 amp battery. I'll pull 2.5 amps until this thing is charged. It's not pulling much at all. So, and then it's ready to dump 600 amps as soon as you're ready to start this thing. So you can leave this thing hooked up all the time. That's actually what they encourage you to do. It comes with some straps and you can hook this thing directly on top of your battery and leave it in place. Let's see, how close are we? How close are we? I'm up to 85% already. 86, 87, 88. We'll leave this thing hooked up long enough to see what that drops down to. So I'm still under 3 amps current draw. All right, this went to full. The light went solid, and this dropped to 1 milliamp. All right, so once this thing's full, it's pulling 1 milliamp of current. So most cars are pulling, what, 20 milliamps, right? Yeah, it's not a perfect solution for everybody, but this actually works out pretty well for me. So this product was sent to me from Ancel for an honest review, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to tell you it doesn't work. This one works. And I actually had a couple of questions for it. I was trying to use it on a diesel, and it was dumping all of its current when I was trying to start a diesel when I was trying to use the glow plugs. The glow plugs were enough current for it to think it was trying to start, and it dumped all of its power doing the glow plugs. So by the time it came to crank the motor over, I was back to my 6-volt battery that I was trying to start with, and it didn't work. This is a regular gas engine, doesn't need glow plugs, and as soon as I turn the key on, I'm ready to start this thing. Honest review. Yeah, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. This thing worked really well. This size is made for 3-liter engines. This is a 3.2, so a little bit higher than what it should be, but you can see what its capabilities are. Check the link description for where these things are sold. Hope you got something out of the video. Really appreciate you hanging out. Catch you on the next one.